every habitat, microbes, plants, and animals interact in various ways to form a community. When populations of two different species interact, it leads to interspecific interactions. Such interactions may benefit, harm, or have a neutral effect on one or both species. In mutualism, both species benefit from interaction, while in commensalism, the interspecific interaction is beneficial to one species and neutral to the other. In the case of amensalism, one species is harmed and the other remains unaffected. Let's begin with mutualism. Plants and animals show diverse and fascinating examples of mutualism. Did you know that lichens also exhibit mutualism-type interaction? In lichens, algal and fungal partners live together by mutually benefiting each other. The algal partner provides food to the fungal partner, and in return, the fungal partner provides shelter to the algal partner. Likewise, some higher plants also show mycorrhizal association, in which fungi are connected to the roots of the plant. The fungi help the plant absorb nutrients from the soil, while the plant provides food in the form of carbohydrates to the fungi.
Mutual relationships are also seen between plants and animals. For example, plants take the help of insects, birds and animals for pollination, as well as dispersal of seeds. In return, plants provide these pollinators with juicy nectar, and seed dispersers with nutritious fruits. In fact, a given fig species is pollinated only by its partner wasp species and no other species. The wasp serves as a pollinator, while the fruit serves as an oviposition or egg-laying site. In addition, the developing seeds inside the fruit provide nutrition to the growing larvae. Mutualism is also seen in many orchids that have evolved to attract the right pollinator insect and ensure that pollination takes place. A fascinating example is the case of a Mediterranean orchid called Ophrys, which uses sexual deceit to get pollinated by a bee species. One of the petals of this orchid resembles a female bee in size, color, and markings. A male bee gets attracted to this petal, which he perceives as a female, and pseudo-copulates with the flower. During this process, the pollen of this flower gets dusted on the bee. Now, when this bee pseudo-copulates with another flower, it transfers the pollen to this flower, thereby pollinating it. However, during evolution, if the female bee's color patterns change, then the success of pollination will decrease unless the orchid flower co-evolves such that its petals continue to resemble the female bee. This is how co-evolution operates in nature. Apart from mutualism, another interspecific interaction is commensalism, seen in plants, animals, and the aquatic world. A common example of commensalism in plants is seen between an orchid growing on the branch of a mango tree. Although this epiphyte benefits from the interaction, the mango tree is neither harmed nor benefited. Another example of commensalism is seen in leguminous plants such as pea, beans, and lentils, which are associated with the nitrogen-fixing bacteria Rhizobium. The bacteria in the root nodules live symbiotically with the host plant. They obtain nutrition from the host plant and in return fix atmospheric free nitrogen as nitrites and nitrates. Among animals, commensalism can be seen between cattle egrets and cattle. Have you ever wondered why these two organisms are found in close association in fields? This is because while grazing, the cow stirs up insects hidden in the vegetation, which are otherwise difficult for the egrets to locate. Another fascinating example of commensalism is seen between sea anemone and clownfish. Although the sea anemone has stinging tentacles, the clownfish finds it a comfortable place to live as it receives protection from predators. However, in this interaction, the sea anemone is neither benefited nor harmed. Apart from commensalism and mutualism, amensalism is another interspecific interaction seen in nature. In this interaction, one species is harmed and the other remains unaffected. Usually in this type of interaction, an organism oozes a chemical compound which is detrimental to another organism. For example, the black walnut tree exudes a substance called jaglon into the soil, which damages the roots of neighboring plants, thereby preventing other plants from growing nearby. Another common example of amensalism is shown by penicillium, a bread mold which secretes penicillin, a chemical that kills or stops the growth of bacteria. In this manner, various species exhibit interspecific interactions like amensalism, commensalism, and mutualism that aid in their overall survival and reproduction.